Subscribe now, because what you are about to hear could change the way you look at old coins forever, and you don't want to miss a single second of this story. Imagine holding something so small, so ordinary at first glance, yet so powerful that it carries history, mystery, and unimaginable value in the palm of your hand. Today we are talking about a tiny piece of metal that most people would walk past without a second look. A coin that once jingled in pockets, bought simple goods, and quietly disappeared from everyday use. But one specific example of this coin has risen beyond time, beyond metal, beyond money itself. This is the story of the 1963 South Africa half-center coin. At first, it doesn't look impressive. It's small, lightweight, simple. A coin created for daily transactions during a time when South Africa was undergoing deep economic and political change. Back then, a half-cent was real money. It mattered. It was part of a system where every fraction counted, where discipline, saving, and hard work defined a generation. Men went to work early, respected value, and understood that even the smallest coin had a purpose. The year 1963 was a turning point. The world was changing fast. Economies were shifting. Currencies were being rethought. And South Africa was quietly preparing to move away from the cent system that had been inherited from earlier times. The half-cent would not last long. Its days were numbered almost as soon as it was born. That is where the power begins. Coins that live short lives often leave behind long legends. The 1963 half-cent was minted during its final breath as a denomination. Production was limited. Distribution was uneven. Many were melted, lost, or simply thrown away when they became useless. People didn't collect them. They spent them. They forgot them. But a few survived. And among those survivors, there exists an extremely rare variant. A coin struck under unusual conditions. A coin that escaped circulation almost immediately. A coin that carries subtle characteristics invisible to the untrained eye, yet screaming value to the right collector. This is not just metal. This is evidence of an era. Older men understand this better than anyone. You've seen things change. You've watched quality disappear, craftsmanship decline, and shortcuts replace pride. Coins like this half-cent represent a time when things were made with intention, when money was physical, when weight, sound, and feel mattered. Now imagine finding one of these coins today. Not damaged, not worn down, but preserved. Sharp edges, original surface, no modern cleaning, no abuse, just time standing still. Collectors don't just see a coin. They see scarcity. They see survival. They see a silent witness to history. And when rarity meets demand, value explodes. What makes this coin so powerful is not just its age, but its story. It represents the end of something, the end of a monetary system, the end of a denomination, the end of an era where even half a cent had meaning. Coins tied to endings are always dangerous in the collector world because they cannot be repeated. There will never be another 1963 South Africa half-center Eve or dot, and there will never be another chance to mint history. This coin has traveled from factory floors to forgotten drawers, from old wallets to dusty boxes, from unnoticed metal to legendary status. Some were carried by working men. Some were saved by accident. Some were passed down without anyone knowing what they held. And here is the truth that shocks most people: that the greatest treasures are often the ones no one bothered to look at. Collectors today, especially serious investors, are not chasing modern hype. They are hunting legacy. They want objects that survived when others disappeared. They want proof of authenticity, rarity, and historical weight. This coin checks every box. That the market for rare coins is dominated by men who understand patience. Men who understand long-term value. Men who know that real wealth doesn't shout, it waits. And when these men compete for something truly rare, price becomes irrelevant. That is how legends are born. The 1963 South Africa half-center is no longer just a coin. It is a symbol of survival, of transition, of forgotten value rediscovered. It speaks to a generation that respects history, understands loss, and appreciates rarity earned, not manufactured. Some people search their whole lives for an opportunity like this and never find it. Others unknowingly have it sitting in a drawer, wrapped in paper, waiting to be recognized for what it truly is. And now comes the part that separates curiosity from shock: the value. Not what it once bought, not what it was meant to represent, but what the rarest, most pristine example of this coin is believed to be worth today. Collectors estimate its value at $15 million. Yes, $15 million. From a half cent to millions. From pocket change to legacy wealth. From overlooked metal to one of the most powerful symbols in coin history. Before you dismiss the small things in life, remember this story. Because sometimes, the smallest coin carries the biggest value of all. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and stay with us until the very end. You won't want to miss what we reveal about a coin that's almost legendary in value. Now, imagine holding a piece of history in the palm of your hand. Not just any history, but a story of wealth, craftsmanship, and a time when gold ruled the world. Today, we're talking about a coin that has fascinated collectors and investors alike for over a century: the 1898 South African gold £1 coin. This isn't just a coin. It's a connection to an era of grandeur, a tangible piece of a world that seems so distant, yet feels remarkably close when you see the golden shine catch the light. Picture the late 19th century in South Africa, mines bustling with activity, fortunes being made, and the British influence shaping every aspect of daily life. In this setting, the gold £1 coin wasn't just currency. It was a symbol of prestige, power, and economic might. The design itself is exquisite. On one side, you'll find the crowned portrait of Queen Victoria, her gaze both commanding and serene. This image alone tells a story of the British Empire at its peak, a reminder of a world order built on gold, trade, and influence. On the reverse, the iconic South African coat of arms sits proudly, symbolizing unity and the promise of prosperity. Every curve, every tiny engraving, speaks to craftsmanship that modern coins rarely replicate. For those of us who appreciate more than just the monetary value, this coin is an artifact. Its weight and composition are just as fascinating. Made from pure gold, it carries not just wealth, but the aura of something eternal. The gleam of gold has always captivated human hearts, and this coin is no exception. It's as much a collector's treasure as it is a whisper of history in the hand. Now, let's talk rarity, because this is where the coin transforms from a beautiful object into a coveted masterpiece. Coins from 1898 are already scarce due to the passage of time, but the gold £1 from South Africa is in a league of its own. Over the decades, many of these coins have been lost, melted, or damaged. What remains today is a fraction of the original mintage. For collectors, this scarcity is the heartbeat of its value. The smaller the supply, the higher the allure. Think about it this way. The men who first held this coin likely had no idea it would become one of the most sought-after coins in the world. They saw it as a standard piece of currency, perhaps even ordinary. Yet today, its story has changed. It has moved from the pockets of everyday people to the vaults of collectors and investors who understand what true rarity means. What's truly remarkable about coins like this is their ability to retain and even increase value over time. In a world where paper money can lose worth overnight and investments can falter, gold has always been a safeguard. But a coin like the 1898 gold £1 does more than just protect wealth. It transforms it. Every scratch, every patina, every historical mark only adds to its character and uniqueness. Now, here's where the story gets even more compelling for anyone who loves history, wealth, and legacy. The market for rare coins has grown exponentially over the years, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for coins in excellent condition. But even beyond market trends, there's the thrill of holding something that very few people in the world can claim ownership of. Imagine the pride of showing your children or grandchildren a coin that survived more than a century, passing through hands you will never know, yet still shining brilliantly. as if it were just minted. We can't overlook the investment angle either. For those of you thinking about long-term value, coins like this are more than a historical curiosity. They are a tangible, appreciating asset. Unlike stocks or bonds, this coin is physical, beautiful, and finite. And for men who have spent their lives building wealth, owning something like this is both a trophy and a smart move. It's a conversation starter, a legacy piece, and a hedge against uncertainty all in one. As we near the end of our story, let's reflect on the mystique of this coin. It's more than gold. It's more than history. It's a testament to endurance, to value that stands the test of time, and to the human fascination with objects that carry stories beyond their face. Owning such a coin is like holding a secret from the past, a treasure hidden in plain sight for over 100 years. And now, for the moment you've been waiting for. The 1898 South African gold 1-pound coin, depending on condition, rarity, and historical provenance, can reach an astounding value in today's market. In fact, a pristine example has been known to fetch $7 million. Yes, you heard that right. $7 million for a coin that started its life as simple currency and has now become one of the most valuable numismatic treasures in the world. So, if you've ever dreamed of owning a piece of history, of holding gold that isn't just about wealth, but about a story that stretches across continents and centuries, this is the coin to remember. And if you're as fascinated as I am, don't forget to subscribe, because there are countless stories like this one waiting to be uncovered. Each coin, each artifact, each piece of history has a lesson, a mystery, and a potential that goes far beyond its face value. This coin reminds us of something important. Real value isn't just about the material. It's about history, scarcity, and the human connection to objects that survive the passage of time. Owning it isn't just a financial decision. It's a statement about legacy, taste, and the enduring power of gold. So keep your eyes open, your curiosity sharp, and your appreciation for history alive. Who knows? The next time you look at a coin, it might not just be change. It might be your own ticket into history, wealth, and a story worth telling for generations. End of video. This script is crafted to engage older male viewers through storytelling, historical intrigue, and the appeal of wealth and legacy, while building suspense for the reveal of the $7 million value at the very end that, if you want, I can also make a punchier, tighter version under 8 minutes that keeps viewers glued with dramatic pauses, storytelling cues, and voice over-ready phrasing for maximum engagement. This version would be perfect for YouTube monetization and retention.